While the convenience of online shopping is undeniable, what are the potential pitfalls for treating wedding vendor selection as a mere transactional process? And how can couples avoid overlooking the human element that is crucial to creating a memorable and meaningful wedding celebration?
By the end of this edition, you'll learn the pitfalls of price-driven decision-making and 4 key points in selecting your wedding vendors. 1 being personality and professionalism matters. Number 2, the price of professionalism. And number 3, the intangible value of professionalism. And number 4, beyond the price tag.
Listen now and discover why couples shouldn't shop for wedding vendors as they shop on Amazon. These are Wedding Insider secrets for a stress-free, fun, and memorable day. Our podcast helps engaged couples navigate wedding planning complexities while addressing family expectations. We'll guide you through the journey of creating the perfect wedding day without unnecessary stress. Get concise tips on budgeting, wedding party management, ceremony reception planning, and more. Perfect for anyone planning a wedding, all in 30 minutes or less. Trust us, you don't want to miss this.
Welcome to Stress-Free Wedding Planning, the podcast that will transform your wedding planning journey from chaotic to enchanting. Sal and Sam bring over 80 years of combined wedding expertise and exclusive insider information to the table. If you're recently engaged, feeling the pressure of wedding planning, struggling with family expectations, but still dreaming of a joy-filled wedding, you've come to the right place. Get ready to unveil the best-kept wedding secrets, discover practical tips and strategies, and learn life-changing lessons for a stress-free wedding. Your unforgettable wedding day awaits. We're here to take you on a transformative journey of love, laughter, and memories. So don't miss out on the podcast that just might change your life. This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam.
Learn more about our experience and journey to help you with stress-free wedding planning in the trailer or pilot of this podcast. In today's edition, why couples shouldn't shop for wedding vendors as they shop on Amazon, is brought to you in part by Clear Vision Productions and the Wedding Styles of Connecticut Wedding Shows. That's weddingstylesofct.com. But first, if you have a question or concern, go now to Facebook and join us on the Stress-Free Wedding Planning community and ask away.
Sal, we have so many ways and option of comparative shopping online. It's amazing. Do you remember when you first started, Yellow Pages was the best way?
Absolutely. It was the only way almost at that very point.
So now with the abundance of online shopping, it's so easy for wedding couples to just treat getting your DJ, your photographer, getting your cake, getting all of your vendors as just a shopping spree. Yeah, we'll stay in our basement and we'll just shop for our entire wedding and we'll base everything on price. We'll then put it into the cart and press purchase. However, thinking like this could be a detriment to your wedding. So we're going to go through 4 key elements that you should really think about when shopping online for your vendors. The first one is personality and professionalism. They matter. Sal, the human connection. Tell us about that, why that is so important between the couple and the vendor.
You need to remember your vendor is not a faceless thing. You need to have a connection. This is a person you're going to work with on a day that is so important to you. So you want to be able to, meet them or at least have a video conference with them. You want to see them. They want to see you. Having that little connection, eventually you feel like you're friends and you know each other and you feel very comfortable with each other. So when that day comes, things run that much smoother. You just can't fill out lists. This is what I want or what I don't want and expect perfection. It's not going to happen. You need to have the human connection and the conversations that are needed to understand everything. Now, I mentioned about being in person or doing it over a video. And one of the reasons why I say those two things and not a phone call is faceless. You want to be able to see each other. You want to see facial expressions. You want to see body movement and expressions so you get a better feel for that person.
Yeah, agree with you there, Sal. But I think also that the consultation process can be done just by phone. I do many of my consultations just by phone. So it really depends on how the couple wants to take the process. So if phone is fine, that's fine. If you want to meet online and set up a consultation where you have a video conference, that's fine also. And as we used to do in the old days, meet them at a coffee shop or meet them at your office. That's also another option. But vendors should really have a process for their consultations. As I just mentioned, what I do. So how do you invest in time and energy in working with your clients during the consultation process?
Automatically, when I set a time for my couple, I don't restrict them to 10, 20 minutes or half hour. Our process is going to be at the very least an hour. We should be talking about their wedding, listening to what their expectations are, what their vision is, and show them how we can help them as professionals. If you don't listen, you can't learn about what someone wants. If you don't listen, you may do something that the couple doesn't want. So it's just very important that you take the time, pay attention, and give good professional advice to the couple because, this is their first time doing it. So they're going to need your guidance to help you through the way. But also by listening to them, you are understanding their wants and needs, and then you could execute much better that way.
For me, I listen to how they got engaged, how they want their music, what type of music. I try to understand their preferences, their likes, their dislikes. Maybe they don't want to do this particular event. Maybe they do want to do the cake cutting, but it's going to be cupcakes. I have a full questionnaire and I ask all of those questions. So it personalizes their wedding. So with my planner, it makes it more personalized. And that's what brings us to the next one, vendor relationship. Now that I've got what they like, what they don't want, I build a relationship so that the couple now trust me because they know that they've told me what they want and I've told them what I can do and I've explained exactly how I've done it. And maybe they've seen video. It's the same thing when you go to see your videographer or your photographer. They need to build a relationship with you. And once they have a relationship, you can trust them. And trust is going to be the biggest thing. If you don't trust your vendors, you're going to have a tough time. Wouldn't you agree, Sal?
That's a bad day. That's not a good recipe. So you have to feel total trust. And it has to be on both ends too, both the vendor and the customer. So yeah, you have to feel ultimately so comfortable that you could put everything in the hands of that professional. I've had couples who said, Sal, we trust you. If something happens, we know you could handle it and make it happen for us. I've had situations at weddings where things have taken place and I made sure the couple didn't have to know about it. I was able to repair it with my professionalism and my understanding because I have experience on how to take care of it and just make it so much, smoother for them. So you want them to have that trust in you that you have the ability to make things happen for them and work very closely with the other vendors. You're not alone. There's other people there. As a DJ, we have the photographer. We may have a videographer. We have the banquet facility manager. We have so many people we need to work with and worked with very well. So it's a very smooth event. And remember, these couples are putting a lot of trust in us. So that's very important that you know as much information ahead of time. Like Sam said, really getting to learn about the couple and being able to execute later. The way they'd like you to.
And that's part of being a professional. That's why the first topic is called personality and professionalism matters. It really, really does. Now, the second crucial element in selecting your wedding vendor is the price of professionalism. And Sal kind of touched on that a little bit. It's the amount of years that you've been doing this and your industry knowledge. Now, somebody that's been doing this for 10 years may have the same industry knowledge as somebody that's been doing this 20 or 30 years. But experience makes a difference. Your expertise and your experience goes hand in hand. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to couples and explained to them a venue that they're going at, and they didn't realize, for instance, that the cocktail hour was in a different room from the reception. So it's because of my expertise and my experience that I'm now able to hone my craft with them and explain, look, this is how it's going to work. Is that your experience too, Sal?
Oh, definitely. So yeah, having that experience and getting someone who has worked at the location in which you're having your wedding is always very important, because Sam, we know a lot of things that are happening in the background there, and we can now share that with our couples so that they're better equipped. I had a facility that used to do the dry ice. So you had the dancing on the cloud for the first dance. And I'd bring up to the couple, I go, this is what they typically do. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I don't want that. Well, now you're armed with that. So now you could tell them, we'd rather not have that. So you could kind of catch them on the pitfalls so they're not falling into them. So yeah, expertise, being around, been to different facilities, understanding the facilities, and they be able to convey that to their couple is so invaluable.
We attend conferences and we network with other DJs and other vendors. We're always educating ourselves. I've been doing this over 40 years, and I still learn something new every single wedding season. That investment in themselves, the vendors and photographers, cake people, videographers, they do the same thing. There are conferences for them too. It's a commitment that they do. If somebody's just doing this on weekends, for instance, and can't spend that time to go to learning experiences, and I'm not just mentioning conventions, there's loads of different learning experiences somebody can do in the wedding industry. They're not investing in you. You've got to remember that if somebody's been doing this for 30 or 40 years, and they're still doing the same thing that they did 20 years ago, they're not investing in you. Isn't that right?
Oh, yes. And we've both seen that, Sam, where people just don't know how to get out of their rut. Another thing we do with our company is we actually have group meetings. We've actually have gotten a facility and have our equipment out there so we can see what new equipment is out there, how to use it, learn off each other, talk about different experiences we've had in the past year at different weddings. You'd be amazed what you could learn from another person. And it doesn't have to be just other DJs for us. It could be, we have networks of photographers and videographers. Finding out what their experiences are. They may teach us something that we would have never learned anywhere else. So you can't be stuck in your own little corner and thinking that, what I do is what I do and this is always going to work, because it's not. And you're not very valuable to your couple because you can't bring it to the next level for them.
Right. So the third element in the price of professionalism then is that customization and creativity. And you can't do that if you're not continually learning. There are so many different ideas that I've learned from DJ conventions or just watching another DJ. And that's how I'm able to come up with different ideas for my couples, because there is a format that we have to go through, but that format does not have to be the same. We can customize it for each individual couple. We can personalize it. It's like creating magic for somebody on their wedding day. And Sal, I love creating magic every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh, yes, definitely, Sam. Social media is out there right now. There's DJs who are sharing like crazy. And I love to go to TikTok and see what the other DJs in the business is doing. I'm going to share something new with you right now. Now, one of the things I like to do with my couples is if I could have one of them do a voiceover to their parent when they do the parent dances. That's a beautiful thing. It's added into the song. Everyone gets to hear it for the first time that day. It's a great experience. Not many DJs do that. So that is something that I do a little over and beyond. Now there's a new thing, Sam. This is pretty cool. So you could take anyone in the couple, just one of the two, do a recording with them, just having them saying a few words and then saying this single word. And what happens is you do a dance mix with their voice. So you could be looping it or adding it throughout the song and making it really fun and personal that, that's one of them out there, and everyone's cheering and having a great time with it because they're recognizing the voice that's in the mix. So that could be something that's a lot of fun and another step up on the performance area.
I haven't heard of that one, but I can see how that can be fun and unique, adding that wording into a dance mix. Very nice. I like that. Coming up next, the intangible value of professionalism, and we'll go beyond just the price tag.
This is the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast with Sal and Sam, a podcast for engaged couples concerned about wedding planning and family expectations, but who want to have a stress-free, fun, and unforgettable wedding.
Wedding Tip Wednesday is brought to you by Emerge Cosmetics. Are you ready to emerge? Our line of lipsticks, lip glosses, and mascaras was created to empower and become who you truly are. Strong, beautiful, and confident. Use the coupon code SF1 at emergecosmetics.com for an instant 10% off. That's coupon code SF1 at emergecosmetics.com. Emerge is the true you.
Here's another Wedding Tip Wednesday after the first look. A trend that's been happening lately is couples, instead of reading their personal vows at the ceremony, are doing it right after the first look, going through that emotion, just the two of them together, and then taking a bunch of pictures and getting ready for the wedding.
Yep, using the art of the written word is a great way to express your feelings to each other. And especially if you're doing it right after the first look, it kind of caps it off perfectly. And that's another tip from Sal and Sam.
Wedding Tip Wednesday is available on the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group page every Wednesday. Join the group for free.
Are you ready to take your wedding business to the next level? Do you feel your marketing plan needs help? Then say I do to theclearvisionagency.com for improved online visibility and more bookings. Make your wedding business sparkle and get ready to see real results. The Clear Vision Agency can create a picture-perfect online presence for your wedding business with our SEO, social media management, content, and digital advertising programs. Theclearvisionagency.com. Call us today to claim your free digital audit, and let's see how your business stacks up against the competition. Go to theclearvisionagency.com.
And now back to the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast.
Welcome back to our discussion all about why couples shouldn't shop for wedding vendors as they shop on Amazon. Hi, I'm Sal from After Hours Events of New England, the leader in making your wedding stress-free. Check us out on the web at afterhoursevents.com.
Hi, I'm Sam from the award-winning Atmosphere Productions, wedding entertainment with expert knowledge and the difference in quality. Visit us at atmosphere-productions.com. So we've already discussed 2 of our 4 key points in selecting your wedding vendors. Firstly, we discussed personality and professionalism. It does matter. And the price of professionalism. Now, number 3, the intangible value of professionalism. So what that includes is your peace of mind. On your wedding day, you want to focus on love, your joy, the celebration, not on logistics or vendor mishaps. You don't want to be bothered every 5 minutes with the DJ asking you, did you want to do this? Can I do this? Do you want me to play that? That is not professional. Your peace of mind means that everything happens seamlessly because you've already gone over these details before the event. That way you can savor every single moment. Now, peace of mind, Sal, isn't that what we sell to our clients?
Oh, yes. No, you don't want to be asking the couple all these questions at the middle of their wedding. It makes no sense because it's going to drive them crazy and stress them out. If you are a true professional, and I know you do this too, Sam, we create an itinerary with a timeline. We learn about exactly what they want to do and when they want to do it. And we let them know, hey, when we get there that day, we're going to guide you through everything. I don't want you trying to remember what is going to happen next or how it's going to be done. You told us what you want done and how you want it done. And we're going to make it happen working very closely with all the other professionals. Any professional should know when the first dance is going to happen, how the introductions were supposed to be done, when the parent dances are going to happen, and how the cake cutting is going to happen. These are just things that should have been taken care of ahead of time. So when the couple gets there, they feel stress-free and really know that the professional they hired is going to take them through that day and make them feel very good about everything.
Now, another part of the value of professionalism is memories that will last. And this is really I would say for our photographers and our videographers, when you're choosing those two vendors, it is really important that you pick somebody that's not only professional, but somebody who is invested in making your memories, the vows, the laughter, the tears. All of this can be captured by a skilled photographer and videographer. But Sal also mentioned about the DJ creating those memorable moments too. A professional DJ can also have those memories that last. Maybe a dad can't make it to the reception. He's sick. Maybe we can record dad and a message be recorded and played at the reception. That's something that's going to last forever. Obviously, you give the recording to the couple afterwards. So little things like that really make a difference. It's crucial that we as vendors create memories that last. Isn't that very important, Sal?
Oh, very much so. You want this to be one of the greatest days of your lives, and you want to be able to look back to it and see all these memories. And when you're hiring professionals, there's photographers who know how to tell a story with their pictures. There's a lot of videographers there that can do point and shoot. And okay, they caught, what happened that day. But there's some that are such great storytellers on how they shoot their video. So always keep that in mind. Do you just want plain video of what happened at your wedding? Or do you want someone who shows the story of the day, the story of your love? It's so much more dramatic. It's so much more heartfelt. When you get to see it for the first time, you're going to absolutely fall in love, and you're going to want to show all your family and friends.
And you just nailed it right there. You've created a legacy that somebody is going to look at in the future and understand what happened on that day. Your wedding day isn't just the day itself. It's not whatever day you're getting married. It's your love story and what it's going to tell future generations. My daughter, when she was little, she used to pull out the wedding album and look at the pictures, and even more so our wedding video. And she would ask, where is that person? Who is that? And it was just fascinating to see how she didn't really understand why she wasn't there, because she wasn't born yet. That's a legacy. That's what we're really talking about. When you hire your vendors, you have to make sure that they are professional, because that is part of the value of professionalism. Your peace of mind, memories that will last, and the legacy that will continue afterwards. Our fourth item in our great list of the 4 items that you should really pay attention to when hiring your vendors is, of course, the price tag. And before we kind of go through the price tag, I want Sal to tell you a little bit about a new sort of thing that's Amazon is doing. Can you explain that, Sal?
So I cracked up when I had seen this. So Amazon is now making it that you could actually hire a DJ off of Amazon for your wedding. And they actually had reached out to us too. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. You don't have that personal connection. You're just basically hiring someone and they show up at your wedding. You need a true professional, someone who's going to learn all about you and really know what you want, and you know what to expect of them that day. That's very important. And, that could actually hurt the pricing too of something when you do it through Amazon, because Amazon takes a bit of the pie on the DJ. So sometimes they have to raise their rate to make what they need to make to keep in business. So it's not really the greatest way to go about hiring someone for your wedding, in my opinion.
No, I would agree with you totally there. Choosing your vendors solely based on price really overlooks some very, very important factors. It's the emotion, as we talked of before. It's your vendors creating memories. Unlike buying a pair of shoes or a gadget, every vendor is bringing their own personal touch to your special day. So what you're doing is you're getting together the best professionals that are going to tell your story. You've got to remember the big picture. It's not just all about the price. Picking the cheapest of anything is not a winning solution for anything. Isn't that right, Sal?
Yeah, you know what? Unlike gadgets and shoes, if you don't like them or if they don't fit well or they just don't work out right, you could return those. You only get one chance at the wedding. So you want to make sure you hire the best professional that understands you and is going to do exactly what you're looking for and make that day a dream.
Yep, a vendor's price is just one piece of that puzzle. So there you have it. We just shared with you insider tips on why couples shouldn't shop for wedding vendors as they shop on Amazon and the issues that will come up. As you plan now, you should resist the urge to treat vendors like items in a virtual cart. You need to look beyond the price. Seek out vendors who resonate with your vision and appreciate the value of a professional. Remember, you're not just buying a service, you're investing in memories that will last a lifetime.
Now, as you spend the next week planning your wedding, if you want me, Sam, or our community of stress-free engaged couples and wedding experts to answer any wedding-related questions, join us over in the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Facebook group.
Once you're in, go ahead and share your concerns and worries, and we'll let you know if you're on the right track or if there's something we need to work on. The link to join us is in the show notes of this edition. Or go to Facebook and search for the Stress-Free Wedding Planning Community.
A new edition is released every Wednesday. Subscribe and get it first. Remember to do something nice for someone today. And if you can't, do something nice for yourself. We'll catch you then. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to this edition. If you've enjoyed what you've just heard, leave a review and share it with a friend or someone who would benefit from this information. Until next time, it's TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
The Stress-Free Wedding Planning Podcast is produced and copyrighted by Atmosphere Productions in association with After Hours Events of New England.
Sponsored in part by Clear Vision Productions and the Wedding Styles of Connecticut Wedding Show Series.